took me long enough to report on this, the Sriracha shortage, why the iconic sauce is suspending production. Oh my gosh, I was just going to buy a bottle. There we are, sorry. Yeah, I was just going to buy a bottle, and then I was like, wow, they're pretty expensive, and I was going to pay $10 on Amazon, and then the price went shot up, shot all the way up. Chili pepper shortage leads to suspended production of the iconic spicy sauce. And I was just thinking about, hey, remember that sauce I used to eat like 10 years ago, that sriracha? I didn't mind it with on rice or and all that. And I just learned about Hoi Fong Foods Incorporated, the maker of one of the nation's most beloved condiments. They've had to pause production. So they're not going away altogether, because I've seen on YouTube there's a great documentary inside the Sriracha factory, and you can watch the full production. They have great amounts of these peppers, these Sriracha, well, they're like these red peppers that are spicy. I don't know what the name exactly is. You'd have to watch. It's they're all over, but Mexico and whatnot, and then they bottle it, yada yada, and it's made a special way. You got to really watch it. It's really good. There's no other hot sauce that's like sriracha. I mean, like, I love Frank's. It goes on everything, but so does sriracha at certain times. As much as I love Frank's and all those other ones, I love sriracha. It has its own place. Sometimes you just want to have sriracha for a day. Sometimes you want to have it for 6 months. It's actually really good for your intestines now that I remember it. The certain concoction that's mixed in with the sriracha. I got introduced to it in Edmonton, Alberta. I had never ever been to Edmonton, Alberta before. I was born in Ontario, Canada, and I had even been to like New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island and all that. But then I went down to the United States for like 7 years, and I never tried this sriracha until I went to Edmonton. And then I got introduced by, I had never met these kind of people, like real Asian people. I had never met real Asian people before. And they introduced me to what is known as rooster sauce and whatnot like that. They call it the rooster hot sauce, or the sriracha. It has the rooster on it. You know it's the official one, they said, because this is the company. They make a couple of different things. Actually, I think they even make rice too, and it has the rooster on it. And some people like that rice, some people don't. I had a time in my life that I did like their rice. It's like almost like a sticky rice, and that's what it's called, I believe. It's like a white sticky rice, but they have yellow and all that too, and whatnot. And you can add whatever. I don't know what it is they add to it, and they got the green cap. And there was even, you seen people have the miniature ones. You have to watch the videos all about sriracha. And if you haven't tried it yet, you don't know what you're missing, because it's got health benefits. You just have to, there certain times you need it, certain times you don't. And it's funny that they're pausing production right now, because I feel like I wouldn't need it today, I wouldn't need it tomorrow, but I feel like I'm going to need it, and I'm going to spend that $15 or whatever it is for a bottle on Amazon. Maybe 13 or 12, I can't remember what it is. But the bottle lasts you. It sits in your fridge for like a years, 6 months more. And you take a little squirt here and a little squirt there, even longer. And it lasts so long. That's the thing about it. It's like a ferment. Well, those peppers and everything, it doesn't go bad. It's a condiment for use you can have in your fridge for long times. Here's David Tran. Wow, Sriracha founder and creator. at the Hoi Fong Foods facility in Irwindale. I know the Tran family. Actually, my niece is Tran, last name Tran. And my old friend that is now, she's my late friend, she was a Tran, and that's who introduced me and my brother, who's a rapper, Nick Olis or Nick John Gotti or what have you. They all introduced me to that, but but the originator was the Tran, and believe it or not, that's who introduced it to me in Canada, and that's who owns the actual Sriracha company. Is last name Tran. They were related. The person that introduced me to the Sriracha and the owner of Sriracha. So my brother probably doesn't know that. Uh, oh, and this is a good one. Some Los Angeles restaurants are bracing for the shortage, hoping the news doesn't prompt a run. That's not the good thing. The thing I was thinking about was pho. At Pho Saigon Pearl Restaurant on Fairfax Avenue in Beverly Grove, there's a bottle of Hoi Fong food sriracha on every table. It's a condiment used to spice up the restaurant's signature pho or pho, or to add a little heat to bowls of vermicelli noodles with the charred grilled pork. Yeah, that the vermicelli noodles with the charred grilled pork and all that is really good. The way the charred grill sort of like mixes in with those vermicelli noodles, it's very healthy for your body. It usually includes like these specific type of, I don't, it's not really a vegetable, it's more complementary, sort of these Vietnamese herbs and stuff like that that are very good for your human system, but they have to be imported from those other places in the world, and that's their importation and exportation. That's their business. So if you want to get in, if you want a bottle, you don't need all these bottles. That's if you're starting that big business or whatever. But if you just want one bottle, you got to under. It's good to understand. You don't have to understand that because I didn't, but it's that's where I'm at now. When I first got to started, I understand now. It's expensive ingredients and all that that come from special places in the world that I can't go. So they bring it to you in a bottle and you have it in your fridge. You do not have to go there. It used to be so, well, yeah, I mean, look at how we have all this is a medicine. This is more than a food. Well, no, see, medicine has a bad, when you say medicine, you get sick. But this is my medicine. A bottle of sriracha, that's what I want. You have it. It's really good on certain things. Eggs, I know, are decent with it. I even had that sriracha ketchup. What else is good with sriracha? Can you name anything? Pretty much anything that you would put, even chicken wings, you could do the sriracha instead of the other kind. It's pretty good. Chicken breast and all that's pretty good if you're having a nice barbecue chicken breast or grilled chicken breast, hopefully. Uh, or even the baked stuff. Anything. You could do a lot of different stuff with this stuff. Some people put it on their craft dinner or their mac and cheese instead of ketchup to have a spicy. It's so sort of thick and all that it only sort of heats up at that little specific dab the area that you put it, whereas those runny hot sauces just drown everything and cover everything. If you're into that, sometimes you're in the mood to drown it in that kind of hot sauce with the vinegar and all that. Sometimes you're in the mood for this stuff. It looks like this guy has it a little bit on a burger or something because you don't want to do too much because then it's almost like a wasabi if you've ever had wasabi, but it's not as potent as wasabi. Wasabi is a little bit way more different, and I wouldn't mind wasabi either, but it has similar characteristics of almost to a wasabi, but on a different spectrum. It's more of on the pepper spectrum than being on this. Wasabi is a specific root, made out of a specific root. Look at Tapatio. Tapatio, I bought it with the wooden top, and it was good. Um, Looks like this person had it on spaghetti. Pho. There's that chicken vermicelli grilled. Look at the production line. SirachaMovie.com. We're running out of time on the Sriracha. I wonder if they got lots of bottles to go. That was the thing. They produce so many bottles and they keep it in the barrels, but I think they'll have lots. Everybody will be getting a bottle, I'd say 6 months, 6 months to maybe 2 years. Everybody, especially 2 years, everybody's going to be buying this sriracha again like crazy in 2 years. For sure. 2 years? For sure. Look at this guy covering it up. Oh, some people put it on even like Arabic food. But this is a thing. Yeah, that had nothing to do with me. I received call. It had something to do with some other person, evil, spicy like sriracha. It was unbelievable. It hurt my. I love sriracha, and I loved every experience that I got to get to know sriracha. But don't get lost in your bottle of sriracha. That's your bottle that's in the fridge. Even share it. It probably makes somebody happy and create their sriracha history. Some people don't even like it. They don't want it. Some people won't admit to it. They say they don't want it, but everybody knows that person needs sriracha the most because if you haven't had it ever, your body is going to need a little bit of sriracha for those intestines because it has health benefits. But I can see it's an expensive hot sauce. That's the thing. It's a fairly expensive hot sauce. Like it's like I said for a bottle, but that's the thing. It lasts. It doesn't go quick. It lasts in the bottle. And I was always like sort of like I didn't know what the packaging meant, but they do they're but here the thing, everybody knows sriracha, but then there is people, believe it or not, when kids are growing young, they haven't learned everything that their fathers and their mothers and their cousins and every friend and whatnot has. Like you think they have. Some people are thinking just the same way you are thinking, and they don't know sriracha. But it's a big company and it's been in America for a long time. But it's got real Vietnamese roots. Tran, real Vietnamese. I can vouch for it. But I don't know. I think Tran had a hard time talking to people. And that's why I love the Vietnamese and all that writing on, and like I said, the bottle looks like it has all this writing, you wouldn't know what it says, but it has the English on it. But I know from personal experience that Sriracha, I have the same problem. I um need to be more vocal. And this is a way that Sriracha can be more vocal. Actually, it's a very vocal company, but I haven't heard from Sriracha in a few years. More than a few years now. But I'm getting into the mood for Sriracha again. Oh my gosh, I forgot about these. Look at these cute outfits, the Sriracha outfits and all that. This girl's wearing. No Hello Kitty today. Look at all the bottles of Sriracha. It's not a diss. I miss that lady. And you can see her in the flag, Susie. You can see her in the Sriracha flag. Because I never did any harm to Susie, so I have no problem with saying her name. But I don't know what happened. But we have many other Vietnamese people in Canada. Actually, my auntie Lisa has a son that is married to a Vietnamese woman, lady, girl, and she is like a Vietnamese princess, and they have pictures together. And they even have like over in Asia. I've never been to Asia. I only know some people that have been to Asia and whatnot. They have a picture and all that really nice picture in a red dress. I don't have the picture. My auntie does. She showed it to me. Over in Vietnam when they went to Vietnam, and she was real royalty. I'll tell you, the dress and the him, because he's Canadian, high up Canada royalty, because he's part of my family. That's my auntie's son, so that'd be my cousin. They originally came from Ontario, and then they went out there, and they live out west is a little bit different. They're more close. A lot of people have understanding that they're more close to Asia, and there's been a lot of ones that have came together and whatnot. And I've always been one of those people that have been open to uh well, the world. I always seen it was this, like, it goes back to the importation and the exportation. I always seen it as this. There's so many new, well, like, all these businesses and all these companies. It's a whole different world these days. Like, you can have everything that you dreamed of to be born. God birth, you were allowed to have life for a reason. To enjoy things like buying a bottle of Sriracha and having that, or other things, or else you wouldn't be here. That's the whole point. It's like, welcome to the world. We've almost set it up like a amusement park now, and there's not much work to do other than you have to get a job to buy tickets, or sorry, you have to like get a job or what have you, learn how to get work to make some money to be able to just buy all the stuff that's ready to buy. Everything's ready to buy. You just have to get a job or whatever method or whatever that you can come up with or what have you, that your family or by yourself play your deck of cards. You heard how to do it. You get a job here, you get a job there, you do this, you do that. You've heard it from wherever, and everything's ready for you. And it's fresh and it's unbelievable. You think you go to the store and you need something fresh, it's there. There's people working every day to bring the fresh stuff to our stores. That's always such an amazing feeling that I was born in this time period when, like, that everything is sort of like that now to a certain extent. It's all sort of, they have the houses, they have the apartments, they have the stores, they have all the cool things that you want to buy. Just use everything really just happens on its own. Like, if you feel like, hey, it ain't gonna be today, today's not that day for that special event. When it's that day for the special event to happen, it just does. It means that you have to be, maybe you just do whatever the heck your mind's automatically wanting you to do, sort of thing. Because if you really listen to your mind and body, it's going to tell you the good things. You know what the bad things are. So if you accidentally think a bad thing, probably time to sit. Oh, hot sauce is good. When you think you're like that or what have you, you're like a really, really healthy person and you needed some toning down to do, you do a little hot sauce and you can sit there and you basically tear up and you get like effect off of it. Let me see here.